Welcome back to Transit Unplugged, the weekly show where we take you inside the minds of the transit titans shaping the way the world moves. I'm your host, Paul Comfort, and today we're turning up the heat in none other than Las Vegas, baby! That's right, I recently hit the strip and sat down with the powerhouse CEO of the RTC, the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada, MJ Maynard. And trust me, MJ isn't just running transit in Las Vegas. She's leading the charge nationally as the current chair of APTA, the American Public Transportation Association. This episode is the perfect audio companion to our latest Transit Unplugged TV episode, now streaming on YouTube. So if you're curious how a city like Las Vegas keeps moving during mega events like the F1 Grand Prix, Raiders games, or the Super Bowl, this is the one to tune into. MJ and I talk about real-time traffic management, their long-term vision, and why putting transit, planning, and traffic operations all under one roof might be the RTC's secret sauce for success. If you're listening right now, chances are you're already subscribed. But if not, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and drop us a review on your podcast app. It helps more people discover the voices that are shaping the future of mobility. Now let's light up the marquee and get into it. Here's MJ Maynard on Transit Unplugged from Las Vegas. Great to be with my dear friend, MJ Maynard.
Well, it is so nice to have you back.
Thank you for arranging this whole podcast, TV show interview with you. Very impressed with your team. You've got so much going on, MJ.
They are, I am so fortunate to work with this group. They are the most competent professionals I've had the pleasure of working with, even when I was in the private sector. They are just, they're passionate, they're dedicated, and super smart.
So the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada, tell us about that. You all are very unique.
We are.
I love it.
We are. Paul, you know, we're the only agency in the U.S. that under one roof, this is what we do. We are the public transit provider. We are the Metropolitan Planning Organization, and that's really unique because normally you've got the MPO, and they have a board of directors, and then the transit agency, and they have a board of directors. But here our commissioners are one and the same. So MPO, public transit provider, we're the roadway funding agency. So we are this big giant ATM. We provide all of the funding to all the jurisdictions here in Southern Nevada for their transportation infrastructure projects. We are the traffic manager for the region, and that's a big deal. I'll give you an example. So we are the one traffic manager here in Southern Nevada. If you go to Los Angeles County, they have over 100 traffic managers.
Holy moly.
Right, so it makes us very efficient. We also operate we implemented and operate the bike share system here in downtown Las Vegas. So it makes us very efficient. You know, the transit planners can walk down the hallway and talk to the MPO team when it comes to projects for the STIP or funding that may be available for a transit project in real time. You know, and I know you had a chance to go to our traffic management center last night as we had the Las Vegas Marathon here.
Yeah.
But we've got, whether it's the Raiders game or the Golden Knights game or all the events that take place, we have staff embedded in those arenas. And so we can really work in real time with adjusting the traffic signal timing based on the flow of traffic. So, or if the deuce is stuck, maybe there's something wrong with that left turn light. There's a chance for a one call. And to address the issue. So it really, I joke, I don't think that our forefathers back in the day said, hey, wouldn't it be great if we put everything under one roof? I think they just thought, well, this sounds good. Okay, they'll do everything.
Yeah.
I think it, again, has made us not only unique, but again, very effective.
Yeah, because there is a lot of overlap and interactions.
That's right.
And at your traffic management center last night, Teresa was walking me through how they actually interact. We've got the police and the roads, and it's a really great example. You know, like where Jaime, my video director, is from, his wife, Valerie Nielsen, oversees the Palm Beach Transportation Planning Agency, and then you've got, Palm Tran, two separate agencies.
That's right.
They work together, but they're separate. They each have their own board of directors. Here, it's all
the
one.
Same. And sometimes you'll find that, unfortunately, you've got an MPO maybe isn't on the same page as the transit agency, and it can cause some tension. I think it can delay projects or funding requests. And so, again, I feel really fortunate. Again, I know that we have folks from around the U.S. come to visit us. They leave thinking, Oh, I wish we were all in one roof.
Yeah.
I get it. It makes us effective.
Well, let's get an overview of the transit system. Tell us about your modes, how it's operated. And you transport 1 million people a week, I hear lately.
So it's interesting, whether you come to Las Vegas as a visitor or you live here, I think many people are surprised to learn that according to NTD, the National Transit Database, we operate the 12th busiest bus system in the United States. So we are bus mode only, 39 routes, over 150,000, 160,000 daily boardings, over 53, 54, I think we're up to 54 million passengers every year.
Yeah.
We have two distinct customers that we serve. We have tourists. So think of trying to train a tourist or educate a tourist about how we operate. We have a new face every 3 days in the resort corridor. And then we look for our locals. We know by way of surveys, 80% of those 150,000 daily boardings are folks that are going to work or looking for work. And so
80%?
80%.
Wow.
Yeah. Actually, Paul, we, in anticipation of some of our funding conversations, I asked the marketing team, I said, we were the first, we've had free Wi-Fi in our buses for years. So we can do almost instant surveys.
Oh, yeah.
So when they log on, we can ask them 1 or 2, 3 questions. And so we said, just in 2 weeks, ask them where they work and where about they take to get to that job. And in a matter of 2 weeks, we heard back from about 1,200 transit customers that share with us in just that 2-week time frame, they were going to over 246 jobs. And so we mapped it out. And literally every single day, our transit system is taking employees, connected them to employers in every corner of the valley. And when we share that information with the public, with chambers of commerce, I think there's sort of a light bulb moment. Because if you don't, certainly it's awesome as an employer that you have an opportunity to recruit folks that can drive in a car, but wouldn't you want to ensure that you've got as many available prospective employees in front of you, and certainly public transit does that. So it's not just the resort corridor. You think of, well, they must go to work at a hotel. In the resort corridor, every single day, there's 300,000 jobs that people get to. We certainly, there's about 20% of the employees that work the resort corridor take public transit. But it's all the other, that favorite restaurant that you eat at it that you love.
Right.
Some have got their wife by way of public transit, or the hospital that you go to, the doctor's office, the library. I mean, we serve a number of businesses every day that rely on us to get their employees to them. So we have to do a better job of telling our story that we are not only a job creator, but we're a job connector. And how you move people, goods, and services in your community matters. You can't just cut out one and think, okay, we're doing it right. How they move in synchronicity matters. But we also were the paratransit provider. We have about 6,000 daily paratransit trips. We provide senior services. We provide free medical trips for veterans. We move a lot of high school students here in Southern Nevada. We work with a lot of nonprofits to ensure that folks that are underrepresented have an opportunity to get where they need to go for some of the services that are provided. So it's really, again, every corner of the valley, it's important. So total, about 800 buses, a little over 400 plus for the fixed route side and 400 plus for the paratransit side. We also have found it to be, again, very efficient. And providing our paratransit trips, we have a lot of private sector partners. So whether it's Uber or Lyft, we have a local company called Tango. These folks, you serve a Silver Ride, they're all on demand. And so that, again, helps us provide service on demand. But when we've got in our core paratransit service, we've got a missed trip, we can implement some of those services, insert those trips to assist. And then as the fixed route provider, we also have an on-demand zone in the southwest part of the valley. So if you live in that zone, you can book in advance, you can hail same day, and we'll pick you up within 30 minutes and take you anywhere in that zone to virtual bus stops, or we'll connect you to our transit system, and you can take it from there. So we try to remain relevant and move people in the way that they expect. It's not just about the bus. I think we, here in Southern Nevada, we've probably made a generational mistake in not implementing high-capacity transit in the resort corridor. It's something we've been advocating for over 20 years. But for various reasons, whether it's, you have to have the political support.
Right.
You have to have the support of the business community, and it just hasn't been there. but maybe someday.
Yeah. Well, you are building BRT, right? We just went out and saw
We
that.
are.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, first of all, how exciting that we were to receive one of those ginormous checks with 150 million.
Wow.
Actually, I think it was 149,999. It was another like $1,000, and we would have been even. But we were really fortunate to receive money from the Biden administration for this project. It's one of our busiest corridors. It is a major arterial here in Southern Nevada. The route today connects the airport to UNLV, to the hospital district, and then all the way into the Las Vegas Medical District in downtown Las Vegas. 9,000 plus daily riders, 95,000 jobs in that area. There's a lot of folks that are transit dependent in that area, but also folks that use it to get to work, to get to school, to get to Millick Points, to get to UNLV. So it's a really important project. About 12 and a half miles. We will have a shared bus-bike lane. We certainly advocated for the bus-only lane. And it's really important, again, because we don't own the right-of-way, and to work with both Clark County and the city of Las Vegas. It would have been that they would be the determining factor on, giving up that mixed up, that lane of traffic. So
right.
We're able to do that, but it's still going to improve the headways. It'll be a much more frequent service. We have a concentration on our bus shelters.
Yes.
Let me tell you about that.
We went and
Paul.
saw one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
So
neat.
we are one of the hottest cities. Last year, we ranked as the hottest city, the fastest warming city in the U.S. And, if you don't have that frequent transit service, waiting even 15 minutes in 120 degrees is really, really, really difficult.
Yeah.
And so we worked with a consultant to kind of do solar shade studies, meaning depending on if it's an east-west facing shelter, north-south, we really wanted a study that would show the sun going over the shelter and where it provided the shade. And that's exactly how we looked at the placement of those shelters. So we're going to be very intentional about shade, street trees, things like that. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's like a complete street project, too. You're widening sidewalks
right.
and putting in greenery in the middle. It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I mean, it's a vital corridor, and I think anytime that we can show the public, again, the significance of improvements in how you move people, I think it's good for the community.
We got to visit your mobility training center the other day, which is fantastic and, in my mind, one of a kind. Tell us a little about that.
I was so proud of that center. We actually won Aptus Innovation Award for that a number of years ago. It's first of all, again, how people move. You just think someone takes public transit, they're able to do it, not a problem. They can walk. It's easy to go, but that's not the case for everybody. And so, what's great about the Mobility Training Center, for example, we work with the Clark County School District for students that are visually impaired, but they want to be independent. They don't want to rely on their mom or their dad to drive them where they need to go. They can come down, and you saw we have real working buses inside the facility, and we've got all the street sounds, and we work directly with those clients until they're ready to go. This is not a 2-week program. If you need 3 months, if you need 4 months, you've got it. But that's just an example of ensuring that there's an opportunity for equity in how people move. For some of our seniors, you think that you will never ride public transit, and then you're diagnosed with macular degeneration, right? For your eyesight, or your inability to physically move the way that you should.
Yeah.
You find yourself now dependent on public transit, but it's kind of scary because you've never done it before. So we train them how to use the mobile app or how to insert money into the fare box. I mean, it sounds simple, but if you don't know, then it can be something that you're almost afraid of.
Yeah.
If you saw, we work closely with a nonprofit called Blind Connect, and we have Angela's house that's embedded inside the mobility.
I love that.
Yeah. That I'll tell you the story behind that. Here in Nevada, over the age of 18, if you find yourself either newly visually impaired, you lose your sight, there aren't really any services for you. And so you want to live independently. There was a young woman named Angela, and she lost her sight in her 20s. And there's not a lot of resources for her to learn how to live independently, and she ended up taking her own life. And so Blind Connect and Jean Payton, who is just amazing, that was sort of her vision. We work closely. It's a house. If you had a chance to go inside, I mean, you could live there, right?
Yeah.
And so if we train folks that are sort of aged out of the resources that are available, and they're trained to live independently, and it's really life changing.
Yeah. That's awesome. And you got a mobile van now that goes out and does training on the road.
We do. Sometimes you gotta go to where the customers are. So again, that's we were awarded a federal grant, and it really is going to senior community centers, introducing the how-to.
Yeah.
It's a portable training lab that you get a chance to learn how to do it, how to take transit, and feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. For those who are listening to the podcast, everything that MJ's just discussed, we show it to you on the companion Transit Unplugged TV episode. The other thing I wanted to mention to you, was tell me about contracting, how you all do that here with your agency. Yeah.
So we've been providing transit here in Southern Nevada. We're relatively young, only a little over 31 years now. And we've always contracted out. I don't know if there was this intention back in the day, but that's how our system started. And so we have found that working with the private sector, many times they have a chance to bring an infusion of new ideas and new ways of doing things. I think that has been very beneficial. So today we contract out our fixed route service. Currently it's TransDev. And we contract out our paratransit service. And we just awarded that to TransDev. And we contract out our security efforts, and that is Intercon. And it has worked really well because, again, they may not be our drivers or the mechanics. We own all the assets, all the facilities, all the buildings, all the rolling stock. But we have a very good working relationship with the folks that move our community. Because at the end of the day, when somebody gets on a bus, they're not concerned as who do you work for. It's ensuring, you raised your hand and you said you could provide public transit. You need to do it the best that you can. And so we have a great relationship with the unions, with the ATU, with the Teamsters. And I think, again, it makes us a little more efficient. We don't have every single employee as a public sector employee that's on a pension program. But I think work with the unions, it's a model that works really well.
That's good. So our television show here, the focus of the episode is how Vegas moves the masses during mega events. Mm-hmm. We got a chance to ride your Deuce the other night on the Strip and see, that route there. Isn't that one of the most productive routes in America, meaning the cost that you bring in through the fare box covers most of the cost to operate it?
Paul, you're not going to make me sad because we were.
Oh.
It was when I started with RTC back in 2007, and this is before Uber and Lyft, right? That was the most profitable route in the U.S.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Our fare box recovery was 163%, and so
it covered 163% of your cost.
Yes.
The only non-subsidized route in America.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right. And so we had a chance. We used that profit to help support how we provide service to our locals. Beginning in October of 2015, when Uber and Lyft were given approval to start operating here. And I'm not against Uber and Lyft.
No, right, yeah.
It's that we have part of them, but it certainly changed the way the people, it's another choice, how people move. So from October 2015, we've seen a decline in our revenue and ridership since then. However, it is still a really important service. It's a busy service.
Double-decker bus is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Jacob Snow, our previous general manager, the one that recruited me to join the agency, it was his vision. As a matter of fact, Alexander Dennis is now a new flyer.
Right.
They're now manufacturing. They're building the double-deckers here in North Las Vegas.
That's great.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of these mega events. Tell me about the role that your agency plays in moving the masses.
It's this part of our DNA, and I think unless you're here, you saw it. On any given weekend, we used to say out of 52 weeks, 50 weeks, we had events. We have events all the time now. We're landlocked in the resort corridor. It's the same asphalt footprint that's been in place for decades. Yet, we've built the T-Mobile Arena for the Vegas Golden Knights, the Allegiant Stadium for the Raiders. We've got the Oakland A's, now the Las Vegas A's. They'll be building an arena right there on Las Vegas Boulevard. Brightline is going to be on the south end of the Strip. That's about 900 people that will be dropped off every hour. And so it's very dense, it's busy, and it's very congested.
And then you've got the Super Bowl and Formula One,
do.
and last night the
Right.
marathon.
Oh, CES.
Yeah.
So we have conventions all the time.
Right.
You know, it's not unusual. We sort of laughed when we heard, the Taylor Swift phenomena.
Yeah, yeah. You have it every week, don't you?
We do. That we had, when Taylor Swift was here, I think we had multiple concerts going on, multiple events going on while she was here. So
Wow.
it's what we do. What makes us very unique. We have here on our transit team, we have a special events and detours department. Our contractors have the same thing that work for us. You have to have a special events and detour department. Our police department has the same thing. It's what we do. It's just part of what we do, and we have to be very flexible. Whether it is, again, determining how we're going to make everybody happy and provide all the service requests we're asked for, and it's managing traffic, which is a big part of managing these multiple events. But it's not easy, again, because we are landlocked, and it could be a challenge. But it's also fun.
Yeah.
It's also fun. And we find some of our happiest customers. We provide a game day express. And so we worked closely with the Raiders and the Golden Knights, and we said, hey, where do your ticket holders live? And we mapped it out and found areas of the valley that were close to the freeways and where we could have park and ride. And so folks that would never get on transit, they leave their BMWs and their Lexuses in a parking lot. They hop on our bus. It's a one-seat ride in, and the happiest people you'll ever see are riding because they get to skirt all around all the traffic.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have to worry about parking.
That's right.
And if not for the Game Day Express, and again, in our role as the traffic manager, you would have on any given game day an additional 1,500 to 2,000 cars trying to find a place to either drop somebody off or find a place to park, and that would have a certain pain point for the whole experience.
Yeah. It ruins your experience when you have to come out to the parking lot and it takes you an hour to get out or 2 hours. I've had that happen. And then you've got the Sphere. We went and saw the Eagles the other night, and you've got all these other events happening here. I mean, it's a lot, MJ. It's fantastic. For those of you who are listening, in just a moment, right after this break, we're going to come back with some bonus material for you, and that is MJ's experience as chair of APTA and her personal story, how she ended up in transportation, which is very inspiring.
Hey, Transit Unplugged listeners. This is Paul Comfort. Something big is coming. Transit Unplugged has grown in ways we've never imagined, from in-depth conversations with top transit leaders to award-winning travel videos reaching audiences of millions around the world. We've been on an incredible journey together. Now it's time for the next chapter, a fresh look, a bold new vision. But don't worry, our mission stays the same: to inspire with meaningful stories, to spark industry conversations, and showcase the best in public transportation and mobility. This rebrand represents our growth, fresh energy, and our commitment to you, our listeners and viewers. The countdown starts now. Stay tuned and let us know what's been your favorite Transit Unplugged moment.
And we're back with MJ Maynard, who runs the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada. MJ, great interview. Now let's talk a little about, we'll shift gears here a little bit. You have a great honor this year, and it's a great time for us to come in and interview because you're chair of APTA, the American Public Transportation Association this year. Tell us about that role and what you all are doing.
First of all, it's an honor to work with Paul and the rest of the team. The APTA team are so professional, so competent. It's an honor actually to work with every transit CEO, with the private sector businesses that are involved in APTA, with the board members that are involved in APTA, as we all advocate for the importance of mobility in our respective communities, whether you are operating a rural system, a very large system in an urban setting, all of it matters. And so I think it's important, and I don't know if when you were there when I was formally designated as chair, we have to do a really important job in talking about the fact that we are part of the economic ecosystem. And to do that in a way that doesn't matter who's in the White House, whether it's a Republican or a Democratic administration, what we do is important no matter what. Sort of one foot in front of the other. So it's been fun. It's been fun. I've had a chance to work with a lot of transit CEOs. They've got a great board of directors, a great executive committee, and we are going to be spending a lot of time on the Hill, again, meeting with representatives of Congress that may not fully understand or appreciate the value of mobility, and that's goal number one right now.
That's good.
Before the continuing resolution, that ends on March 14th. So they'll have a group that will be there the first week of March, and we go on from there. But again, it's the ability to get everybody, again, around the advocacy piece and talking about, and actually what's that value proposition for mobility, supporting it at the federal, state, and local level.
That's good, yeah. And reauthorization has kicked off. I was at the Hill 2 weeks ago with the House T&I committee where they're starting the listening sessions.
That's
and
right.
Ward was there from
That's right.
HAPTA. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Ward does a great job. That's again, it's that face time. And it's understanding who you are talking to and who they represent. Because in some cases, some of the elected officials, they've got OEMs that are actually building in their states. Or it's a city that has, I think of the East Coast cities, whether it's the large systems, Vermont, Chicago, New York. Coming from the West, I think they sort of take for granted that they've got cities built around mobility. And that is, again, the economic driver.
Yes.
And if it wasn't there, it would have a huge impact. And here, out on the West, we're still getting to where they were, right? We're younger.
Right. Those legacy systems on the East Coast.
How long we've been operating our transit system. But still, the story made the same, the importance of getting people where they need to go when they need to go and being part of that economic ecosystem in every city. From a business perspective, how do you quantify the efforts of public transits so that if you don't ever take it, you think it's just for poor people? That's just not true.
That's good. There's an old saying that if you've seen one transit system, you've seen one transit system.
Absolutely.
And so I think it's very special to have someone who knows the area become the CEO. And you've had a great history here in Las Vegas. Tell us about your background some and how you ended up in this role.
Paul, I grew up, I had a pretty scrappy childhood. Life was pretty tough. I came from a family that we didn't have much money at all. I certainly relied on public transit in some cases. I'm getting to where I needed to go. I started working at a really young age, about 15 and a half, in order to feed myself and my sisters. So I got a job as a dishwasher in a restaurant in Seattle, Washington. And I found myself, by the time I was a manager, a senior in high school, I was one of the managers of the restaurant. So I thought, well, I guess this is what I'm going to do. And I didn't go on to college right away. No one in my family had gone to college. And so I did. I finally said, you know what? I'm not going to let my past define my future. And I enrolled myself in a community college in Seattle, and then I heard about the hotel program here in Las Vegas. I applied. It was accepted, so I moved here in 1980. Sold my Volkswagen. I was your typical Seattleite, granola, eating, latte, sipping, tree hugging. And I came here on my 10-speed bike. What a surprise, how horrible that was. Anyway, so fast forward, I worked in the hotel gaming industry here in Southern Nevada for a number of years, almost most of my professional career. So coming to the private sector, my job was to make money, expense management, ensuring the margins were where they needed to be, and making sure the customer was happy so they would come back to our hotel and spend money.
And you ran the Hard Rock, right?
Yeah. I opened the hotel in 1995. I ended up becoming the vice president there. I was the only female at the time in my role here in Southern Nevada, vice president over food and beverage. I think all the fun places in the hotel, it was my team and I. And just by, sometimes you think about chance, opportunity.
Yes. Right?
The door cracks open a little bit. Do you go for it? And I knew the gentleman from the gym. I had seen him in the morning. We didn't talk a lot. I wasn't there to make small talk.
Right.
But we got to know each other. It was Jacob Snow, who was the GM at the time. And I remember he came up to me and he said, MJ, you would have been perfect for a job I just hired at the RTC, but I don't know if we can afford you. And I said, it's not about money for me. I worked so much. My son was little, and I felt like he was being raised by a pack of wild animals. So I said, so the conversation ended. And then I was thinking to myself, I wonder where does he see me in his organization? Because I think many times we put ourselves in a professional box. So my box was hotel gaming. I'm good at it. This is where I'm supposed to be. But business skills are very transferable.
That's right.
And so I reached out to Jacob because I wanted to know, where did you see me in your organization? And so we met. And then the rest is history, because business skills are transferable. And I certainly felt like I was kind of coming in full circle to be part of an industry that does so much for so many. It was really an honor. It's really an honor to serve the community. So that was back, again, 18 years ago. And I remember I was a little taken aback, I'll be honest.
Was your first job deputy?
my first job, well, at the time, we called assistant GM. I came in as assistant general manager.
Okay.
And I remember thinking, gosh, this is the public sector.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times in the public sector, you'll find folks that will take a job. It's almost a job for life.
Right.
They've got pensions and that sort of thing. And so sometimes you don't have an infusion of new ideas and new ways of thinking of how to do things. And I think that the team here, we worked closely to think, are we the best we can be? And if not, how do we get there? And so it's been an honor. I love what I do.
And you're great at it.
Oh, thanks, Paul.
Yeah. Thanks for spending some time with us today.
I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Transit Unplugged podcast. We're so glad you're here. My name is Julie Gates. I'm the executive producer of the show. And our goal is to create programs that promote the great things going on in the transit industry by providing you with behind-the-scenes access with industry executive leadership so we can work together to find innovative industry solutions. We would love to have you be a part of the Transit Unplugged community by having you sign up for our newsletter. Head to the show notes to find the link. Thanks for listening to Transit Unplugged with Paul Comfort, our favorite transit evangelist. And we'll catch you next week. Thanks for tuning in.